Hello and welcome to today's Behind the Scenes and Behind the Screens, where we will help you to improve your online presentations and your online courses. So, we go behind the scenes and behind the screens here to show you various tools and techniques that you can use to look more professional and create online courses faster. Today, we're going to look at a structure for creating an online course video lesson. And this is taken directly from my Course Creators Cookbook. And if you want more details about that, please just DM me wherever you're watching or drop me an email, comment in the comment section, whatever way you want to get in touch to make me aware that you are interested in getting more details about the Course Creators Cookbook. So essentially what we're going to go through, this is directly from the cookbook. If I zoom out, you can see it's basically a done for you cookbook, if you will, a recipe for successful online courses, where it walks you through how to set up your course section by section, lesson by lesson, and actually simply just fill in the blanks for any topic when you're creating an online course. So we're going to focus in on the structure of a good video lesson when it comes to creating an online course. So the first part of your video lesson would essentially be the salutation, the congratulations, the accountability, the welcome. So really it depends on what lesson. So for example, if it's the first section of your course and it's the first lesson, you would say congratulations for signing up for the course. Okay. If you're further on into the course, you can use the accountability introduction to the lesson, and you might say welcome as well. So, for example, first section, first lesson, you would say, hey, congratulations for signing up for this course. This course is about X, Y, and Z, and so on and so forth. Further on the course accountability, you may open the lesson by saying, hey, welcome to section 3, lesson 2. At this stage, you will have, and you mention what they should have in place. So it's an accountability, and it's also used as what we call repetition learning, where you repeat something that you've taught in the course earlier, you're repeating it again just to drive home the point. Okay. So that would be that, and you can use that for the first part of any lesson, any video, either congratulations at the very beginning, accountability during, or indeed in a lot of cases as well, just welcome, and then you get straight into the benefits of what you're going to cover in the lesson. That's the next part of this 2 to 3 minute video. Okay, so we will be looking at using 1 and 2 at the beginning, 3 and actually 4 and 5, and then we would be looking at 6 and 7. So the next thing is the benefits. Okay, so welcome to this lesson is something you might say. At this point, you will have X in place. What we're going to cover in this next lesson is Y, and here are the 3 benefits. Benefit number 1, benefit number 2, and benefit number 3. So for example, if I'm giving a course and I'm in the lesson about teaching somebody, for example, how to use a green screen. Okay. So I might say something like, congratulations, welcome to this next lesson, which is all about how to use a green screen properly. And then you will get into the benefits. So the main benefits for using a green screen would be how you can have more flexibility in a small space. You can also immerse yourself in your slides or presentations, your screen, or your documents. And the third benefit would be looking more professional in talking at virtual summits and in live presentations. Okay, so whatever the 3 benefits are. Okay, and then you move on to the consequences. Okay, so you would mention 3 consequences of not doing this properly or not doing it at all. So, for example, 3 consequences of not using a green screen is that your background is the same all the time, and over a period of time it actually gets a little bit tired. and you kind of get a little bit bored with it. The second thing is that you cannot immerse yourself in your presentation, might be another one that you might talk about, or I might talk about. And a third consequence of I'm not doing it properly is you're going to look fuzzy when you're trying to change your virtual background and look very unprofessional. Okay, so really highlight the consequences of inaction. Okay, so you have benefits of what the lesson is going to cover and the consequences of not doing what the lesson covers. Okay, the next thing then is to talk about 3 mistakes. Now, this can be optional, but I like to use it. Okay, so you might say something like, most people do not use a green screen properly, and therefore, or most people make the first mistake people make is they don't get nice, even light on the green screen. Okay, so that would be one thing that I might mention, for example, in this course about a simple studio setup, and we're talking about the lesson about green screens. So you would say something like, a big mistake people make is not getting even light on the green screen. Another mistake a lot of people make when using a green screen is that it's ruffled and it's creased, and therefore there isn't even light on the green screen, and that causes problems as well. And, the third one might be then that, people just don't actually use free software that makes it even easier to key out the background, for example. Okay, so you really highlight the mistakes, and then you would outline in 3 to 5 steps how they're going to implement using a green screen. So now at this point, you're into, if you like, the real how-to part of the lesson. Okay, so you go step 1, set up your green screen, crease free, or recommend a particular green screen in my case, and that's automatically crease free. Step 2, set up your lights so that you've got good even light on the green screen. And step 3 then is to use software that's going to chroma key it out. Okay, so I have a question here from Ashley. How did you do that? Can you let me know exactly what you mean? And Wayne says, can be tricky to get the green screen right. Great content. Thank you, Wayne. Yeah, absolutely. It can be tricky. The key thing, as I mentioned, is getting even light on the green screen and setting it up properly, crease free. Okay, so we're now into the 3 steps of your lesson. And then the next part of your lesson within the video, you would say, and in the next lesson, we'll show you exactly where to stand or to sit to maximize the crispness of the image and avoid casting shadow. Okay, so really what you're looking in part 6 of this framework for creating a single video lesson is to excite your audience about the next lesson, and to use power language as well. So power language might be something like, and in the next lesson, we'll show you exactly step by step where to stand or sit when using a green screen for maximum effect. So the power language or terminology that's in there is words like exactly and step by step, and really drive home how easy you're going to make it step by step in the next lesson, because you really want your students to keep going. You really want to kind of get them to binge watch your course, lesson by lesson, and before they know it, they're halfway through the course. And then the 7th step in this framework of a single video lesson is encourage questions. Okay, so if you are going to provide support where people can ask a question underneath a lesson, then some people turn that off. I would encourage you to turn it on. So encourage questions. So I typically end a lesson by saying something like, okay, I would say in the next lesson we're going to go through exactly X, Y, and Z. And then I would say, and if you have any comments, questions, or feedback, please use the members area below this video and I will personally reply. And I use the word personally to really drive home the fact that I'm there for my students, even though the course is pre-recorded and the course is online. You really want to go beyond almost the call of duty and really make your students feel like you're there for them. Okay, they can ask questions 24/7. It's not that you need to be up 24/7 to answer them, but you will answer them promptly. You don't have to say how quickly, or you can't say all questions are answered within 24 hours. That can seem like a long time for some people. But I would definitely encourage you to encourage that feedback and questions. And not just questions, but feedback, because people, like your students, may not have questions, but they may have a comment or feedback. Ideally, usually a positive comment or feedback. It might even be a suggestion, which you can then take into consider whether or not you're going to actually implement that into the course. Okay, so that is that. You're into part 7 then as well. So Ashley, when you came on the screen, boom, there's absolutely no delay. Okay. Yeah, so I'm using Restream, and Restream allows you to actually set up the video. So if I go behind the scenes here, this is Restream. Okay. And if I go into the design of Restream, there is a video there that I can hit. Okay. So it's preloaded into the software, and then I have the ending. So it mutes the microphone. And when the first video is over, Wayne or Ashley, it automatically goes to this video. Okay, this scene essentially, which is my camera set up and ready to go. So that's done with a Restream. If you're interested in getting Restream, just go to johnnybyrne.com/Restream, and that's my affiliate link. You don't have to use it, but it's a powerful piece of kit starting at $20 a month and $48 a month for high definition, which I'll probably upgrade to as well. But that's what I'm using to do this. So I'm using vMix for Windows. As you may know, vMix for Windows allows me to share my screens, immerse myself in the slides, address the elephant in the room, all that good stuff that we have fun with doing pattern interrupt in our live presentations. So just to summarize then, in terms of your online course lesson structure, begin with a nice welcome, a greeting, a congratulations if it's at the very beginning, accountability during the course, and repetition as well, where you may say something like, at this point you will have such and such in place, and if you don't have that in place, I would encourage you to go back to section 1, lesson 4, whatever that might be. Okay, so that would be the opening of your video lesson. And again, your video lesson is about 3 to 5 minutes long. You don't really want to get into double digits. Okay, you've just done it again. Yes, Ashley, I was showing behind the scenes there of how it's actually done with Restream. So you're into the benefits then. So I'll go through the example again. So for example, welcome to this lesson, which is all about how to use a green screen properly. Three benefits of using a green screen are 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And then you're into the consequences of not doing it. And that can apply to anything. Okay. So let's say your course is about sugar addiction, and you're into why people get addicted to sugar. Okay. So 3 benefits of not taking sugar, 3 consequences of having sugar in your diet, 3 mistakes. Or the other one that I like to include for certain topics is a myth. Okay. So in the case of healthy living and stuff like that, and again, it can apply to most topics, there might be a couple of misnomers or myths out there about a particular topic. So it's important to bring those up in the lesson if they are out there, either under part 4 there, either mistakes people make or myths that people believe. Then you're into, if you like, the how to. Okay, 3 to 5 steps. And if don't, a lot of people make the mistake, as you can and this is a live example, but a lot of people make the mistake of in the middle, or they're into the how-to of the lesson. And they're like, in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to set up a green screen, where to buy a green screen, what lights to use, where to buy the lights, and how to set them up. And your student is like, whoa, hold on a second now. So, break it up into one problem, one solution. Okay. So, for example, my lesson would be, in my course about simple studio setup, for example, would be, in this lesson, I'm going to walk you through how to set up your green screen correctly. And then I might talk about lights in the next lesson. And if that lesson is only a minute or two, but it gets the job done, then that's fine. Nobody's going to give out, oh, it was only a minute long. If they get the transformation from the lesson, that's all they want. And they move on to the next one. Okay. So Ashley says, I need to work on my stuff. Yeah, Ashley, no, you're looking good. I've seen some of your stuff. And keep the questions coming in. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in. So we're then into the mistake. We've covered the mistakes and myths. We outlined the steps, shorten to the point, excite people about the next lesson, and then encourage questions. Not just questions, but comments and feedback, and mention support then if you do provide it. So let me know if you're interested. It's almost complete, the course creators cookbook. It is 43 pages of done for you. Fill it out, fill in the blanks for any topic that you are teaching. Just essentially, it covers more than we've got a chance to cover today. It covers section layout. It covers the 555 model that I've mentioned. It covers what we just addressed because I went into it live. And it covers the scripts that you can use lesson by lesson. So the welcome section, your lessons, language like too many people struggle with this. They typically get it wrong because, and not enough. So these are just examples of what is in the Course Creators Cookbook. So drop me a message, a comment, a DM, wherever you're watching the live stream, and I will send you more details about the Course Creators Cookbook. And we'll be covering other elements of it and other elements of good course design, good studio setup, again, behind the scenes and behind the screens, whether you want to learn how to use a stream deck so that you can make people appear in your live stream. If you really want to emphasize what not to do, you can put a timer. You can appear from behind the red velvet curtains. If you're talking at a virtual summit, you can come on to rapturous applause and stuff like that as well. You can even replicate yourself. Just some fun we have with what's possible with the systems and software that I use for live streaming. You don't need a lot of space. You don't need a huge budget to be able to do these things. I have a over-the-shoulder camera here that helps you to have a look at the exact system here. We have 3 monitors, but 2 is fine. We have the teleprompter as well. In fact, what's great about this Insta360 webcam that I use as my over-the-shoulder camera is it has AI built in. So it will actually follow you around the room if you want to do that. A really, really powerful camera. So, you have some presets. So if you ever want to learn more about how to use a teleprompter, let me know. The green screen behind me here with the key light, some ceiling lights here to get even light on the green screen. I'm here, of course, live, not a very flattering look, but there you go. And then we're back to behind the scenes. We have the stream deck, very, very simple setup. So if, we have the teleprompter, the camera, the other monitor with a remote control there. It may look kind of busy when you see it all first, but in fact, people are pleasantly surprised when they see and get a walkthrough of what's possible as well. So we have other options as well in terms of people with bigger spaces, smaller spaces, people working from home, and all that good stuff as well. So now you're showing off, Johnny. Love these effects. Oh, thank you very much. Don't mean to be showing off, Ashley. I guess you're probably joking. Just really want to not hold back in terms of what's possible in a small space with a small budget, how you can really transform your live presentations, your meetings, your sales presentations, your webinars, your course videos, your setup when you're networking online, etc. So yeah, lots and lots of options there. And I'm using Restream right now here, the software in the middle screen. On the other screen then was the Course Creators Cookbook, and I can just press a button and I'm over on that other screen as well. Okay, so I just want to hide Ashley's comment there. I mean it in a nice way, of course. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you. Of course, we can do the chat overlay as well, so we can have the comments. Okay, so there we go. The comments appear on the right-hand side as well. We can do that, and we can still be in the slides with the comments over there and stuff like that as well. Again, all done with the Stream Deck and some inexpensive software pre-programmed, so that I know if I press this one, for example, I actually walk by myself waving, which is quite fun. Just to show the possibilities with pattern interrupt and so on. So yeah, so guys, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Please post them under wherever you're watching this live stream, and we will be back on live again tomorrow with another behind the scenes and behind the screens look at how you can transform how you turn up on screen and how you can have a passive income by creating very professional and engaging online courses. So till the next time, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.